sing along with the playing of the national anthem by the Huron High School Band under the direction of Lance Burnett.
Two-game losing streak has put everyone in a tizzy or something.
Hopefully not. I think a lot of it's TV. And you at home watching TV, turn us on. And,
there you go. Turn the sound down.
Yeah.
All right, the teams shake hands at the center of the floor. As Huron, of course, in the home orange, the Kernels in the road black. Big game. One game difference in the lead of the ESB conference. One game difference right now as far as the losses are concerned for the number one record and advantage in the district, with Mitchell 10-2 and Huron 8-3. So obviously important. Chris Hine will jump it up against Chad Nelson, and we're underway. That will be controlled by the Huron Tigers. Dog up into the front court with Neil Campbell out front. On the right wing to Ryan Moore. Moore's trying to go baseline on Hofer. He's on outside of the lane. This is back out front. J.L. Wine up top. Pass down low again. Brad Peterson going to turn around with a jumper. Off the back of the iron, no good. It scrambles and leaves on the floor and picked up by Dirk from the Kernels. Dustin will bring it right up the middle of the floor himself. Man-to-man defense by Huron here as well. And for Mitchell, all goes to Garrett's on the right wing. Craig looking in for Hofer, can't get it to him, comes to Nelson instead out front, now to Dirks, inside the free throw line, but didn't want the shot. Hofer comes out to get it, and now back on the wing, Chad Nelson on the right side, continuing to look down underneath, but can't get the ball inside, at least so far. Hofer now on the left side with it, looking down. Takes one dribble, trying to go to Dirks. Here's a pass inside, fakes once, goes up off the glass, throws too hard. Dirks is fouled on the rebound, and I believe it's going to go on Ryan Moore, number 42. So finally, Mitchell very patient, working it, and they got it inside to Dirks. The foul will come on the rebound, so it'll be Mitchell's ball underneath the basket. And it is on Moore, his first of the ball game. Kernels will throw it in from the baseline. Nelson comes into Theeler, left-hand side. Now out front to Garrett. Around the right side, Nelson again with it. Straight up man-to-man defense by the Tigers. Dirks, left-hand side. Theeler down low, trying to post up now. Can't get the ball into him. Comes back around to Garrett. Now to Dirks, and Dirks took the extra step. They wanted to start a little drive from the left side and a walk with a basketball. Well, they're working around, but not getting a whole lot accomplished right now offensively.
Yeah, nobody's really looking at the basket right now. They're having some good shots. You got to start taking that, 10 quarters and stuff. They got to start looking at the basket.
Yeah, you're not going to get layups every time. You got to take those shots from around the free throw line. Left side, here's Elwine for a three. Out the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Dirks. He wants to run. 3-on-3 break. Theeler gets it left side. Man in his face, so he holds it up. As Huron got back nicely that time. Now Nelson again, just off the left elbow of the free throw line. In the lane for Garrett. Ball slapped away. Loose in the lane. Picked up by Huron. Elwine came away with it out near the free throw line. Turnover against the Kernels. That's 2 in a row. Still no score in the game. We played almost 2 minutes. Right-hand side, Moore goes down low. There's a drive inside. Shot missed by Chris Hine. Knocked out of bounds by the Kernels. It'll be Huron's ball underneath their own basket. Well, Huron's been putting some points on the board, except for the cold shooting they had against Aberdeen and against Rapid City. They're not used to a low-scoring game in the 50s or so. Here's a little left-handed hook shot. Won't stay by Chris Hine. Rebound to Garrett in the lane. Both teams starting out here cold. Huron is 0 for 4 from the field. Kernels only handle one shot, but they turn it over twice. Dirks now gets it on the left side of the free throw line. Leads it out front for Theeler. Pass goes right side to Garrett. Front of Coach Tom Reed. Gets it back to Theeler up top. Tyson one dribble left side. Nothing there. Not a Hooper on top. Pass in the lane. There's Dirks open in front of the basket, but he can't get the shot to go. Again, a good shot. But a miss. Here comes Huron on the run. Free throw line high. Nice pass underneath. And they get the lead. Shea Elwine for the first basket of the game. Good pass from Chris Hine out front as well. 2-0. Huron. 5:25 to go quarter number one. Theeler in the front court lost his footing, but kept the dribble going. No travel as he comes back up off his knees. Now to Hooper, and Hooper's going to be fouled. Neil Campbell right behind him reached around the shoulder and will pick up his first foul. And that'll be the second team foul against the Huron Tigers.
One thing the Huron Tigers are doing right now, they're switching. When they set a pick, they're just switching. So the pick's really not helping anything. So they got to start cutting the basket.
Dirks on the left side with it out of the three-point range. Losing for Garrett's up front. Now Nelson's right elbow, the free throw line good. And Nelson, there's that shot they got to hit. And Nelson does. 2-2. Tied up. Little man-to-man checking as they come into the front court. Campbell on the dribble and Dirks on him as he comes right across the center jump circle. Now left side. Moore starts to drive on the run. Puts it up from the middle of the lane. No good. Rebound to Dirks. Gives it left side to Theeler. He'll bring it across into the front court. Nice little set up right up top at the point. Bounce pass goes to Dirks right side. Deeper in the corner now to Garrett. Back to Dirks on the wing. Comes closer to the top. Gives it back to Garrett again. Now to Theeler. Three from straight on. Good. Tyson Theeler, his first basket. And Mitchell with a 5-2 lead. 4:20 remaining in quarter number one. Neil Campbell brings it up. Goes to the right side. Hine and out in the corner. Starting a drive is Moore. Cut off inside, but slips the pass into Hine for the lay-in. Good job by Moore because he was in trouble getting pitched down low, but a nice pass inside. 5-4. Kernels lead cut to 1. Huron putting on a little trap at half court, but the Kernels read it well. Now Theeler open. Tries it from the right side of the free throw line short, and then Tyson reached in and got the foul as well. I think he was surprised he was that open because they were out of an injury. And then all of a sudden everybody just backed off. Theeler was wide open and maybe just hurried the shot a little bit there. Huron will get it in their own backcourt. Down by 1. The first foul, by the way, against the Kernels on the night. We're more than halfway through quarter number one. Low-scoring game so far, 5-4. Neil Campbell, the 6'4" sophomore on the dribble. This is an awfully young team. 3 sophomores start. Campbell again with it to the free throw line. Jumpers off the right side, no good. Hooper on the rebound for the Kernels. And Huron is really cold. 2 of 8 from the field for the Tigers. Nelson works out front, goes to Garrett on the right-hand side, looking down in for Hooper. Instead it goes to Dirks. Now to Hooper, drives inside, makes once, goes up, and he had it blocked from behind. Well, that time John got wrong. He would have been better off going up without the fake. The fake allowed Brad Peterson to come back and get the block. Now they go to Peterson. They'll go up with a jump shot. Good, and he's back right into Tyson Theeler that time. Brad Peterson just kind of muscled his way. And it's 6-5, Huron with the lead again. A little bit of that full-court pressure. Kernels handle it. Now Theeler almost lost the ball on the dribble, but picks it back up on the wing. And gives it back to Dirks out front. Right side to Garrett. And the Theeler in the corner. Gets it into Hooper. Wants to drive to the basket. Sends it across the baseline to Dirks. No shot there from the left side. He'll bring it back out front again. Very deliberate. Here's Hooper. Fade away, turnaround jumper right side. No good. Too hard. Rebound Huron. On the run comes Ryan Moore. Pass right side to Elwine. 15-footer. Short. Rebound to the Kernels. They're doing a nice job of boxing out. 1 shot for Huron, and that's it. And that time Mitchell really cleaned him out of there. 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Still a 1-point Huron lead. Dirks way on the outside. Leaves it for Garrett. On the left wing, standing right on the three-point line. Now free throw line. Theeler with a turnaround. No good. Nelson on the rebound. He's fouled. Over the top came Chris Hine. That will be the 3rd team foul on the Tigers. Mitchell will have it out of bounds underneath. But again, good position. Chad Nelson was right there.
They are going to the boards pretty strong, and they are doing a really good job boxing now. Hopefully they continue that and get something done now. Really, nobody's seen an offensive threat looking at the basket. There's only been about 1 time.
Yep.
Hopefully they can get something going here.
Kernels throw it in. Travis Blase is coming to line up. Hooper gets it into Blase, and he'll score underneath. Well, Travis had a good game at Sioux Falls Lincoln offensively. Led the Kernels on Tuesday night. And maybe they'll look to him here to do some scoring. 7-6 now, the score. Inside Peterson. Turnaround, no good. Blase boxes him out and takes the rebound. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Mitchell by 1. And Chad Nelson just taking his time here. Mitchell has really turned this into a half-court game. Not wanting to get up and down and run. Theeler, lob into Blase. He'll go up again off the glass, and it goes in for him. Well, a good start for Travis. Just came in off the bench. And has 2 buckets, and it's 9-6, Mitchell. With a minute 35 on the clock. Mike Struck in the lineup for Huron. Going to go down low. We got a reach in here on Blase as the ball came down inside to Brad Peterson. So the first foul against Travis, and the second team foul here against the Kernels. It'll be Huron ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. 1:32 to go in the quarter. Now out of the lineup, Ryan Moores for Huron. Chris Hine will come right back in. Pass comes right underneath the basket from underneath. Peterson trying to muscle it up. No good. Second time up and in. Well, Mitchell had 2 guys right on him, but a good job by Brad Peterson, the 6'3 junior. 9-8. Mitchell's lead cut back down to 1. Kernels get it up the floor in a hurry. Theeler drives baseline. Shot won't go. Came up short. Here's a long pass down the floor. Elwine, 1 man to beat. He'll score. L.J. Elwine broke right away down the end of the floor, and they got him the ball. And it's 10-9 Huron back out in front now. 1 minute exactly to go in the first quarter. So it's been a tight ball game. Mitchell led by 3 here a moment ago, but that's erased in a hurry. Hofer trying to go in the lane, and that's slapped away inside. Chris Hine stepped in front of Dirks. Now at the other end, Dirks knocks it away and gets it back again. So turnovers either way. Dirks crosses the timeline with 38 seconds to go in the quarter. Out to Nelson, right-hand side, out in 3-point range. Comes on the dribble to the top, 30 seconds. Now to Theeler, left side. Here's a lob inside the Blase. He'll turn, go up, and he's going to be fouled there with 26 seconds to go in the quarter. And it's going to be Struck, I believe, number 30. So we'll get the foul. That's correct. That'll be his first. And then that will be the 4th team foul on Huron. Substitution. Dave Scott, the 6'2 senior, will come in for the Kernels, and Tyson Theeler will come out, and right away, Coach Gary Munson and Bob Johnson start diagramming out for Tyson Theeler. I think they wanted to show him where he can get open down there at the baseline for that jump shot.
Exactly right. They're being very deliberate, and that's what they have to do. They can't get into a running game with these guys. So that's what Huron wants. They keep it to a half-court game, they'll be all right.
Well, Blase hits the first free throw. 58% free throw shooter on the year. 23 of 40 coming in. And he's giving Mitchell a real boost here off the bench. Second shot on the way, also good for Blase. 6 points for him. And it's 11-10 Mitchell with the lead back again. 23 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll see if Huron will hold for 1. They just walk it up, Struck into the front court. Left side for Campbell. He sneaks a look up at the clock. 15, 14 seconds. Campbell now goes to Elwine. 11, 10. Back to Campbell out front. 8, 7 seconds. Back to Elwine right side. 5, 4. Here's a pass inside of the lane. They dish underneath, and they get the bucket. Chris Hine will score, and there's a buzzer in the end of the quarter. Well, that was a nice pass by Ryan Moores. Let's take a look at stats at the end of the quarter here with Huron leading by 1, 12 to 11. Mitchell has made 4 of 11 shots. Huron 6 of 15. Kernels had a couple of free throws to make up the difference. Mitchell out rebounding Huron 9 to 6, and the turnovers 3 to 1. Mitchell has 3, so pretty even as the scoreboard would indicate. And here we go. Mitchell with a basketball to start quarter number 2. Chad Nelson working on the outside, takes it left wing, gives it to Tyson Theeler. Now Blase comes out front. Theeler's going to go on the dribble by him and gives it to Nelson. Right-hand side. Nelson starting a drive into the paint. Kicks it right back out, though, to Theeler on the left-hand side. Mitchell doing a lot of movement around the perimeter, but not getting the ball inside here. Now Dave Scott goes to Blase on the right wing. Pass into Nelson, side of the lane. He'll turn around with a jumper. It rolls in. Chad Nelson with his second basket of the ball game. I'll tell you, that's just right there what Mitchell was not getting against Sioux Falls Lincoln. If they had somebody was turning around with that jump shot in the 4th quarter against Lincoln, they would probably won that game. Free throw line jumper at the other end, off the mark by Hine, way off the mark, left side of the rim. Rebound to Blase. Kernels lead by 1, and look to increase that right now. Nelson will leave it to Hofer on the outside, and to Blase out in the right-hand corner. Theeler trying to post up. Instead, the ball comes to Hofer out at the free throw line. Left side to Nelson. Nelson in the lane to Theeler. A little 12-foot jump shot off the right side, no good, and the rebound to Hine of Huron. Again, nice shot. They set it up well, just didn't get it to go. Here's Elwine. Little alley-oop pass underneath, but they missed the shot. Morse was there, but he didn't get it to go, and Hofer pulls the rebound out. Well, nice idea. Nice pass by Elwine, but Morse couldn't complete the lay-in. Still Mitchell up by 1. A minute and a half gone here now in the second quarter. Theeler on the left wing. As Bobby Bowen getting ready to check in for the Kernels' next whistle. Theeler comes right to the top, and he traveled with it. Took a little extra set. Turnover number 4 against Mitchell. Here comes Bowen in now, and he will replace John Holbert. So the Kernels have Scott, Blase, Theeler, Bowen, and Nelson on the floor. Huron will bring it up. Mike Struck. Right-hand side for Campbell. Now out front, a long one on the way. No good by Elwine for 3, and pulled out of there by Theeler. Huron is not shot well tonight, and that's a good sign if you're a Mitchell fan, because they can shoot good, especially from the three-point range. Bob Bowen will leave it for Theeler on the right-hand side. Blase comes cutting through, so that's a pick for Theeler. Theeler will take it to the free throw line. No shot. Off to Bowen on the left-hand side now. Bob looking underneath, gets it to Nelson. Baseline from 10. Turn around. Good. Rolled around and dropped through. Nelson now with 6 points. Well, there's another thing. Nelson was shut out at Lincoln the other night. He's coming through with some scoring here early in this one. And Mitchell by 3. Out front Struck. Goes right side. Campbell backs up into three-point range. There's a bounce pass inside to Peterson. Turnaround jumper, good. Nice shot, worked right over the top of Dave Scott that time. 15-14. Kernels, 5:20 to go in the first half. Nelson will leave it for Bowen, right side. Now to Theeler. Still on that right wing. Again, gets that pick from Blase out on the wing. Gives it up to Bowen to the free throw line. Bowen's pass knocked away and stolen by Campbell as he stepped in front of Theeler. Campbell going to go all the way. Missed the layup, and Bowen on the rebound. Bowen with a long pass up to half court to Dave Scott, but he'll hold on. Didn't have anybody with him. And Huron has missed a couple of those now. Cheapy's inside. They're not going in. And here's a pass out of bounds. And Blase got tangled up inside with Peterson, but no foul is going to be called. And Blase lost his footing, and the ball sailed out of bounds. And we're going to get a timeout here. Mitchell leads 22-4. Now, before you get excited and jump out of your chair, Huron is extremely tough in the heavier weights. So Mitchell knows they got to build up a lead there, and so far they've got it. 22-4. Mitchell out in front. We'll try and get you some more updates, of course, as we go along there. 15-14 here with Mitchell out in front. Huron with a basketball. Mike Struck has it knocked away by Bowen. Stuck a hand in there. Knocked it loose, and now John Holbert is going to check back in the lineup for the Kernels. So far, Mitchell playing pretty well. They're being very deliberate, Brian. Maybe more deliberate than I thought they would be. But they're really trying to work it, go inside.
Yeah, one good thing, though, Chad Nelson is looking at the basket, and they need him to look at the basket.
Pass inbounds. Nelson stole it away. Putt. They're going to say that he touched the out-of-bounds line underneath. And so they'll do it again. JL line. The 6-foot sophomore will throw it in. Comes on the wing. They go inside of Moores. Turn around. Good off the glass. Well, Huron going inside, getting the basket. Ryan Moore, the 6'4" sophomore, that's his first bucket. 16-15, the Tigers, and we just alternate the lead back and forth here. Again, that full court pressure by Huron, but Mitchell has not been bothered by it. They get it across. Bowen will leave it on the right-hand wing for Theeler. Goes to the baseline, on the one, puts up the jumper. Good, nice shot. Theeler had to lean in, a little off balance that time to get it to go. But put it out, 5 points for Tyson, and Mitchell's back out in front by 1 again. 4:10 on the clock here in the quarter. Ball picked away off the leg of Bob Bowen in the corner and out of bounds. It'll be Huron basketball. Bowen right in the face of Mike Struck. Bob Bowen, you heard Coach Gary Munson say he's going to get some more playing time. He's been leading the JV, scoring just about all year long. And he's a good athlete. And he got his first real playing time Tuesday night against Lincoln. Now Huron's going to throw the ball away. They got it into the side of the lane to Ryan Moore as he tried to kick it in the corner and just threw it right behind Neil Campbell. Just the second turnover against Huron. So Mitchell by 1. They'll bring it up, and we're going to get an offensive foul on Bob Bowen as he used the arm there to push off a little bit. Mike Struck. So that's the first on Bowen. And that'll be the third team foul on the Kernels. Huron has 4 so far. And now Ryan Moores is going to go out of the lineup for Huron. And they will bring Chris Hine, their 6'5" senior, number 40, back in the lineup. Inbounds pass. Mike Struck leaves it left side for Elwine, guarded by Nelson. He takes it into the lane on the run, shovels it up, in and out, no good. Blase comes away with a rebound. Well, good move by Elwine, but couldn't finish it off. And again, seeing Huron do that several times tonight now. Post shots that aren't going down. Dirks out front. Right side it goes to Theeler. Right in his face is Hine on the wing. Tyson takes a couple of dribbles, or check that I should say Struck. Back to Theeler now. Bounce pass intended for Hofer. Hits a couple of hands. Hofer gets it, and now he's going to be fouled before he puts a shot in. Ball was deflected. Hofer had a struggle to get it, and then he took one dribble in the middle of the lane. That's where he was grabbed on the arm before he started to go up with a shot. Struck will get the foul. Struck will commit his second foul there and fifth against Huron. Nelson will throw it in from underneath. Comes to Theeler in the corner. Gets a little screen there from Dirks. Can't take advantage. Goes to Nelson in the lane. He'll take the turnaround jump shot. No good. Dirks up with a rebound. Had it. It's knocked away from him. They scramble in the corner, and we get a jump ball as John Hofer jumps into the pile there. He and Brad Peterson tying up. It's going to be Huron's basketball. Possession arrow pointing to their end of the floor. So again, the Tigers will have a chance to take the lead back. 3:15 remaining in the first half. Very deliberate style of game. Huron has tried to get out and run. They have a couple of times, but for the most part, a half-court game. Now we're going to get a push and an offensive foul on Peterson as he gave a little shove to Travis Blase as the pass was coming inside of the lane. That'll be the first foul on Peterson. And number 6 on Huron. So from here on out, Mitchell will shoot. They'll be in the 1-1. Backcourt, Dirks working against the man-to-man pressure. Up to Nelson. Nelson will bring it up the left side into the front court. Now the dribble to the middle. Nice pass underneath to Hofer. Fakes once, goes up strong. No good. Blase on the rebound up and in. Travis Blase with 8 points. And he's playing well underneath the basket, something they really need out of him.
They really need that out of him. And one thing, a plus for the Kernels would be to get John Hofer in there a little bit more and get him in the scoring count a little bit better. 19-16. Mitchell, 2:35 to go in the half. Out on the wing, on the dribble is Campbell. Mitchell will spin move, puts it up from the free throw line. No good. Rebound, Chad Nelson is there. Mitchell continues to do a nice job on the board. Nelson into the front court, leaves it for Hofer left side. Bounce underneath, Theeler's open, he'll score. They didn't get down to cover up, but Tyson Theeler with a lay-in, and Tom Reed wants to call a timeout. Here's for Huron, as Mitchell is out in front by 5 from the field, and the big stat, Brian, Mitchell has 16 rebounds, Huron has 8. They've done a great job, like I talked about before. They're hitting the offensive board, and they're also boxing out on the defensive board, and that's really helped them out through this game.
Huron will bring it up into the front court now, down by 5. Biggest lead by either team. Struck on the left-hand wing. Leaves it out front for Campbell. Almost had the pass go through his hand, but picks it back up. Now in the corner, here's a jumper by Elwine. Too strong. Rebound comes to Moores. To the free throw line to Struck. His jump shot no good. And the Kernels come away with a rebound. Off a couple sets of hands, and then Theeler controlled it. So an opportunity to go up here by 7 points. Dirks on the dribble out front. Bounce pass to Hofer on the left-hand side. Looking into the lane, fires it across the lane to Blase. Fadeaway jumper off balance, won't go. Tipped around by Nelson. We've got a foul as Nelson went up, and he's going to get the foul. So Chad kind of leaned over the back that time, picked up his first foul of the game. That'll be only the 4th against Mitchell. So they've still got a couple of use before we go to the 1-1 for Huron. Mitchell is already in the 1-1. Minute 38 on the clock before halftime, and Neil Campbell, 6'4" sophomore, will bring it up against Theeler. Goes right side to Struck. Out front, Elwine penetrates inside the free throw line. On the run, fires it up, no good. Rebound. Again, Mitchell is there. Blase and Hofer doing a nice job of boxing out. Hofer now with the ball. On the dribble comes into the front court. Oh, Huron's getting one shot, and that is it. Now we got a reaching foul. Jay Elwine over the back of Nelson, way out near the center jump circle, and that will send Mitchell to the strike. 1-1 time for Chad Nelson. Chad, a 62% free throw shooter on the year, 29 out of 47 coming into the ball game. Scott Kelly says Huron is only 2 of 11 from the field in the second quarter, while Mitchell is 5 of 10. There's Nelson's free throw, good. Chad will get the bonus, and Mitchell out in front by 7 at 23-16.
This is where Mitchell has to capitalize. Like I said before, you know, this is where it's all at.
Nelson will miss the second one. I correct myself. I said 23, 22-16. Mitchell by 6. Huron hustles the ball down the floor, and we have got a tackle there by John Hofer as he sends Chris Hine flying. Hofer was coming across the lane to pick him up, and just couldn't put the brakes on and laid a nice shoulder block right on him.
All right, so that one was for football when I didn't get you.
15 foul on Mitchell. Huron will throw it in from underneath. Down by 6. They bring it out front. Struck. Now to Campbell on the right wing. Pass goes into Moores. Side of the lane. Going to go over Hofer with a shot, and it hangs on the rim, goes in. And then we got a foul on Huron on the rebound. The basket will count by Moores, but we have got a push underneath against the Tigers. And that will send Mitchell to the free throw line again down at the far end of the floor. Whistle blew as the ball was just sitting on the front of the wrist before it decided to ball through. We're getting a substitution for a Huron now. Jason Gibson, a 6'1 senior, and Dr. LaPointe here has been playing really well off the bench for them. He's had like 8-9 points a game the last 3-4 outings off the bench. So he comes in for the first time tonight, and Travis Blase goes over the line.
Seniors kind of sounds weird, you know, they're all sophomores and juniors.
They are young, no doubt. Blase with the first one up and rolls it in. So Travis is perfect. 3 for 3 from the line. And Mitchell's lead is back to 5. There's exactly 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Blase is taking his time, puts the second one up, and this was short, rebounding Huron. Campbell with it in the lane. He'll bring it up himself. Goes right-hand side, Elwine looking down for Moores. Couldn't get him the ball back to Campbell out front. Now to Gibson. A new man in on the left-hand side, the 6'1 guard. Moores comes out and gets it. Pass into the lane, on the run. Campbell shot blocked out of bounds by Tyson Theeler. Good defense by Tyson. Stayed with Campbell as he came right down the left side of the lane. It'll be Huron ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. 42 seconds to go in the quarter. Jay Elwine to throw it in. The 6-foot sophomore, averaging 16 a game. Kernels have held him to 4 here. There's a long pass out front. Struck has it. To Campbell. Down low now to Moore. Turn around, fade away. Good. Nice shot. John Hofer right in his face. But Moore's hits it. He's got 6 points. And it's a 3-point game. 23-20. 28 seconds to go. Dirks out front with it for the Kernels. Goes to Theeler on the right-hand side. Theeler down into Nelson. One dribble. Kicks it out. Hofer, 15-footer, a little bit short. Theeler with a rebound up and in. Nice offensive rebound. Theeler's got 9. We've got 12 seconds to go. Huron brings it up. Campbell with 8, 7. Left side of the lane, pumps up the jump shot, no good. Rebound Mitchell, 2 seconds, 1. Here's a long shot, no good by Nelson at the buzzer. 55-pound man with Jamie Opwood there, so Mitchell will have seemingly a pretty good advantage. Mitchell's lead is down 22-13 over Huron. Remember, it was 22-4, so Huron has cut into it. Number 2 rated Mitchell, number 4 rated Huron. We will keep you posted on the wrestling back to the Mitchell Senior High. Here we are ready to go with the start of the third quarter at the Huron Arena. And Mitchell will have the basketball out of bounds to get us started. 25-20. The Kernels. Ball comes to Theeler. Right side, goes to the baseline. Pulls up with a jumper a little bit strong. On the boards is Blase. Up and in, and he's fouled. Count the basket. Well, Travis Blase has shown up ready to play here tonight. Now, Lincoln scored points to lead the Kernels, but I didn't think he played nearly the game underneath. Tonight, he's going to the boards and doing a great job.
He's working hard. He's always, he's holding his ground, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to get strong. He's not a big kid, so he needs to hold his ground and get strong.
And Blase makes the free throw, so he's got a dozen points in the game, and it's 28-20, biggest lead. The foul was on Chris Hine, and that is his third of the basketball game. Neil Campbell now brings it up into the front court. Down low, Peterson, turnaround jumper, that's over Blase, and it's good. 8 points for Brad Peterson. He's only averaging 9 a game, so he's kind of holding them in there right now. Dirks against the full-court press brings it up to Theeler in the corner. 17-footer, too strong. Now Tyson's had a couple open shots. Can't get him to go. Now Campbell on the run up the middle. Pass right side to Elwine. He'll score. That's what Mitchell before has been able to keep Huron from doing, getting into that transition game. That time Huron got out, pushed it, and got the basket. Dirks now out front with a 28-24 Mitchell lead. To Theeler again right side. It's a little pick from Hofer. No shot from the corner. Now Theeler needs some help. Going to have to hurry. There's a 5-second call. Now Theeler pinched in and nobody could get free to help him out. So the Kernels turn it over. And that 8-point lead going to go here in a real hurry as Huron has scored the last 4. And now they have the ball again. Ryan Moores will throw it into the backcourt. And Mitchell will put on a little bit of man-to-man pressure. Now to back off of it. Huron gets the ball in bounds. Neil Campbell into the front court. Dirks on him. Goes left side. Elwine out on the wing. There's a bounce pass into the lane. Little fake turnaround jumper. Good. And that's Chris Hine. His 6th point. Well, Huron doing a nice job scoring inside here early in the third quarter. Now Blase at the other end driving in. And another shot blocked out in the corner. Picked back up by Mitchell. Chris Hine went up high. Here's Dirks. Free throw line. No good. The rebound to Huron. So Mitchell cold. Missing some shots. Huron can tie the ball game up. This trip down the floor. Hine at the free throw line. Ball bounced off his leg. Oh, no. They're going to give it to Huron. Well, let's see the replay on that one on TV. It looked like the Kernels reached in and it went right off the leg. of Chris Hines, but it'll be Huron's ball. Gary Reed on the outside making the call. He and Tom Hansen are two officials tonight. Inbounds pass comes to Campbell. One dribble, baseline jumper, good. Well, Huron is not shooting like they were in the first half. No 33% anymore. They have made 4 shots in a row, and we are tied at 28 apiece. So that 28-20 lead did not last very long for the Kernels. Only played 2 minutes of the second half. Dustin Dirks left side to Hofer down in the corner. Back to Dirks, lob inside. Blase is there. He'll score. Good ball work that time by Mitchell. Moved it around. Blase has 14 points. 33 to 28. Should be 30 to 28. I don't know why they got 33 up on the scoreboard. Now they fix that. Mitchell with a 2-point lead. Moore, free throw line, tries to drive, can't go, gets it off the Pine, and we're going to get a block and a basket. Good. They're going to call a block on Tyson Theeler. That was a pretty tough call. Almost had the charge. Must have been just a split second late getting there to plant. And that'll be foul number 2 on Theeler, and Dave Scott is going to come in. And Tyson will come to the bench for a little break here with 5:40 to go in the third. 30 all the score. Chris Hine, the 6'5" senior. At the free throw line, up and good. So he completed the 3-point play. He's got 9 points in the ball game, and it's 31 to 30. Huron are trailed by 5 at halftime. Come back to take the lead here in just only over 2 minutes of the third quarter. We're wiping up the floor a little bit underneath the basket. Now we're ready to go. Gary Reed will hand the ball to John Hofer. Once again, Huron will put on some full-court pressure. They're trying to trap Blase. Gets the ball off to Hofer. Still in the backcourt. Back to Blase. And he'll get the pass across to Dirks. Now a 3-on-1 underneath the Scott. And it's blocked from behind by Peterson. Ball still controlled by the Kernels, but boy, that's a nice play by Brad Peterson. Now into Blase. He's pushed from behind by Peterson. And that'll be foul number 2 on Blad. That was a great block, 3-on-1 break. And looked like Scott was going to have himself a layup there for a moment. And I believe we're going to get a timeout here on the floor. Officials timeout. Yep, 5:21 to go in the third. Huron leads by 1. 31 trailing by 1. As Huron has outscored the Kernels 11 to 5 to start out this third quarter. We've got 5:21 to go. Tyson Theeler back in the lineup now. Will throw the ball in. Comes out front to Nelson. Back to Theeler. Open from the right corner. Shot again won't go. Blase with a nice rebound. Fought off 2 guys. Gets the pass away to Hofer. And they'll throw it back outside. Well, a good job by Blase because he was being pushed out of there. Still fought it in. He gets the ball. Turn around right side of the lane. Off the back. No good. Foul on the rebound. It's going to go on Huron, I believe. Yep. Over the back call on Ryan Moore. And that'll be his second. And the third team foul on Huron here in the third quarter. Mitchell again will throw it in. Theeler, left-hand side, dribbles it out front. Gives it to Dirks. They reverse it, and Nelson can't hold on. Picked up by Elwine. He's going to race down the other end, lays it up and good. 8 points for Jay Elwine. 33 to 30 Huron. Now Mitchell breaks the pressure. They had a momentary 3-on-2, but they're not going to take advantage of it. They kick it back out front. Tyson Theeler holding onto the ball there. Wants to set the play to Hofer. Left side, underneath. Nelson powers it up, and he's going to be fouled. And the foul will go on Jason Gibson, the 6'1" senior. That'll be his first 4th team foul on Huron, and Mitchell will go to the line. Chad Nelson will be there. So, first game, remember, Mitchell had 27 free throws. Huron had 3. We might get lopsided in this one again. Huron has only 1 free throw. This will be the 8th opportunity for Mitchell, and Nelson puts it in. And they're going to be in trouble. They've only got 2 fouls to go, and then Mitchell will be in the 1-and-1, and we haven't even played halfway through the third quarter yet. Nelson's second one on the way. This one will not stay. Pops out of there. 33-32. The Tigers make it 31. 33-31. Now the baseline. Hofer slaps the ball away from Ryan Moores. Goes out of bounds. Huron will toss it in. Still 4:26 to go in the third period. Jay Elwine will throw it in on the baseline. Lob pass out front, and Theeler steps in front, knocks it away. Theeler wants to push the ball down the floor, but doesn't see any help coming, so slows it up. Now he penetrates to the free throw line. Gives it to Blase. Blase down to the block. Jumper up and good off the glass. Travis Blase is looking for the basket every time he gets the ball. Something that nobody from Mitchell was doing. against Sioux Falls Lincoln, and we're tied at 33 apiece. Elwine brings it up. 33-33. Now the baseline. Hofer slides the ball away from Ryan Moores. Goes out of bounds. Huron will toss it in. Still 4:26 to go in the third period. Jay Elwine will throw it in on the baseline. Lob pass out front, and Theeler steps in front. Knocks it away. Now he penetrates to the free throw line. Gives it to Blase. Blase down to the block. Jumper up and good off the glass. Travis Blase is looking for the basket every time he gets the ball. Something that nobody from Mitchell was doing against Sioux Falls Lincoln, and we're tied at 33 apiece. They go down inside. Peterson turn around, off the mark, and rebound comes out to Theeler. Again, Huron gets back quickly, so Theeler has to hold the ball up. And now the Kernels will bring it up. 33 all time. 3:45 to go in the quarter. Nelson on the left side to Hofer, 17-footer, good. John Hofer's first basket, and he drains the long one from out front. And now Mitchell back to a 4-point lead, 37-33. So back and forth we've gone in this third quarter. Big spurt by Huron, now big spurt by the Kernels. Elwine trying to penetrate. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebound, Peterson up, blocked by Blase, and the ball comes to Nelson. Excellent defensive play by Travis Blase. Huron fans wanted a foul, they're not going to get it. Chad Nelson now into the front court. Mitchell can go up 5-4 here again. Side of the lane, Hofer trying to put up a shot. We'll get a foul. 2 shots, it'll be on Blase Peterson. They're going to call an intentional foul, I believe. Yes, Gary Reed has called an intentional foul on Blase Peterson. Hofer faked as he was going up with a shot and then kind of ducked underneath Peterson. And they say that Peterson just grabbed him. And an intentional foul has been called. Hofer going to the line and hits the free throw. He'll have another one, and then Mitchell will get the ball out of bounds as well. So Mitchell goes up by 3, 36-33. Second one by Hofer, no good. And now Mitchell will throw it in from underneath their own basket. Well, you don't see him called very often, especially at this time of the game. Usually in the last couple minutes, maybe, but Gary Reed made the call. Kernels throw it in. Theeler, left side, goes to the baseline, cut off there. Back out when it comes for Dirks. Bounce pass in the lane. Here's Blase, turn around, good again. 18 points for Travis Blase. Mitchell leads by 4, 37-33. 3:09 to go. Third period. Throwing it, it'll be Mike Struck. Comes to Elwine, right back to Struck, and he'll beat little man-to-man press into the front court. Mitchell really not going after the ball. And now Dirks takes it right away from Struck. Just knocked it right out of his hands. Dirks almost traveled, or did he? Yeah, he did. Now Dustin Dirks got the ball in the front court, and the dribble just got up high on him. He stopped his dribble. Not for a moment they weren't going to blow the whistle, and then the trail official, Gary Reed, coming from behind, did. So Mitchell missed an opportunity there. They're up 38-33. Could have been up by 7 again. Right-hand side, Gibson showing a drive on Theeler. Goes up, misses the shot, but there's Hines to tip it in. Nice foul by Chris Hines. And we've got a player hurt, and I think that's Gibson, yeah. And he looks to be hurt, and I think he hit his knee on the floor. Jason Gibson went in for the shot and missed it. And he might have run into either Theeler or Blase. I think they both went up there to try and block it. And he went down to the floor, and they are out taking a look at him. Coach Tom Reed out there. 3-point Mitchell lead, 38-35, 2:41 to go in the third period. And looks as though Mr. Gibson is hurting pretty badly down there. They are calling Doc Fitz out to come take a look. And asking for more assistance, so it's not one of those where you pick them up and take them right off the floor. I wonder if, well, I won't speculate, but it is the knee. Definitely the right knee he's holding on to, and got about 4 people out there taking a look at him now. So a momentary timeout on the floor, and I think they're going to let the teams come to the benches, maybe take a full timeout. I'm not sure here. But they're allowing the teams to go to the benches anyway.
They're going to stay on the floor, but they're letting them go over, just relax and settle down.
So play is stopped here with the Kernels up by 5. Mitchell led 25-20 at halftime, and then quickly scored a 3-point on a 3-point play and led 28-20. But Huron came right back, scored 8 unanswered points to tie the ball game up again, and has been dogfight ever since. Still attending to Jason Gibson. Went down under the Huron basket looking at his leg. Well, we'll take a quick break here while they attend to him. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hey, how'd you like to sink a sub? A delicious sub from Subway. Because Subway piles on your favorite meats and toppings onto fresh baked bread right from the oven. Sink a sub today from Subway, South Sanborn and Mitchell.
Subway, my way, Subway. 'Cause nothing tastes better than Subway, my way, Subway.
the Huron Arena. Of course, don't you know, just as soon as I say we'll take a break, Gibson pops up and they help him to the locker room. And we come down the floor, and Tyson Theeler is going to hit a little jumper from the right side. Nice pass by Nelson, by the way. Now Hine driving the lane, knocked off balance at the other end. Ball goes out of bounds. Mitchell basketball. Angle wise cut by Neil Campbell underneath. Kind of a wild shot put up by Chris Hine, falling away off balance in the lane. Mitchell's lead is 5, and we're going to get a turnover against the Kernels because Chad Nelson took a step sideways on the baseline. It was not after a basket, and you cannot move. Just like a traveling call, and that's what Tom Hansen called. So turnover, Huron will get it right back in their own end. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Mitchell by 5. Crucial game for both teams here tonight. Drive started by Struck. Nice pass underneath. Moores is there for 2. Ryan Moores with 8 points. 40-37. Well, this is the kind of game we expected. A tough one all the way. Chad Nelson into the front court. Slows it down. Leaves it back out for Dirks up top. Now to Blase free throw line. In the lane to Nelson. Turns around with a jumper. Good. And he's fouled. Neil Campbell is going to get it. Well, can't say enough about the way Chad Nelson and Travis Blase are going to the basket in the lane. I mean, they are both using their bodies, and just kind of you can see it when they get the ball. They're making up their mind. We're going to go in and score here, and something that they just have not had the last couple of games.
Exactly, and one thing they're doing with this switch offense or switch defense, what they're doing, they're cutting into the lane. They're getting that opportunity, and they're doing a great job of it.
Well, Nelson hits the free throw, too, to complete the three-point play. He's got 11, and it's 43-37 Mitchell. Minute 45 in the third. Left-hand side now, Elwine out on the wing. Up top for Struck. Pass inside of the lane to Moores. Trying to go on Hofer. Puts up the jumper. Good. Well, Hofer played good D. Wouldn't let Moores go inside, but Moores just backed away and hit it. 43-39. Again, the full court pressure. Blase has a pass picked off. And we're going to get a foul way out front. It'll go on Blase. Neil Campbell stepping in front. Travis has got a little lazy with the pass that time. That's only the second team foul on the Kernels in the quarter. And the second on Blase. Mitchell will be in the 1-1 already. The next foul. Huron will throw it in from underneath. They come to Campbell. Left-hand corner. Pass down low. Moores again. Double team. Kicks it out. Campbell, one dribble, and he'll go up with a 16-footer. Short. Rebound Nelson there for the Kernels. Chad will race it up the left-hand side. Now waits for everybody to catch up on the play. Bounce pass. Left wing goes to Dirks. Cross-court pass to Nelson. Leaves it at the baseline. Theeler's jumper, good. Good ball movement by the Kernels. Reversed it from the left to the right side. Theeler has 13 points. And Mitchell by 6, 45-39. Under a minute to go now in the quarter. Struck will go to Elwine. Down low, Hine will go up with a jump shot. In and out, no good. They battle for the rebound. We got a jump ball called. It'll be Huron's ball. A possession arrow therein. I think Mitchell would have had the rebound, but the ball hung on the rim. And Travis Blase jumped a little too early, and he came down before the ball came off the rim. Then they tied up. Huron throws it in. They get it out front to Campbell. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Back into the right corner. Mike Struck. Now to Campbell. He's open. 15-footer. Again short. Rebound to Nelson. Well, maybe Mitchell will hold here for one, I would believe. Yep, there's Gilly Munson up off the bench. So let's go for the final shot here of the quarter. We're up by 6. Blase way out on the right-hand side. Leaves it for Hofer up top. 20 seconds to go. Now to Theeler on the right side. Taking his time. Needs a little help out front. Gives the ball to Dirks. 13 seconds. Dirks on the dribble. Gives it to Hofer. 9, 8. Now Theeler with a 3 on the way. Yeah, from way out front. We still got 4 seconds. 3, 2. Here's a shot from half court. It won't go before the buzzer sounds. And Mitchell has an 11 point. I'll tell you, the guy running the scoreboard.
Still no time on the clock there. He finally put it on.
He must have made a stop at one of his local establishments here before. Every time somebody scored, he put an extra 4 or 5 points on the board. So it is 48-39. He had 50 up there. And Mitchell with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Nelson will go right side to John Hofer. Hofer leaving it for Nelson out front. But Mitchell now with their biggest lead of the game. Continue to play smart basketball and keep it a half-court game as they have. Theeler gets around his man. Jumper good from the side of the lane. Well, the Huron defense trying to come out on the wing, anticipate the pass. Theeler got it, went right around on a dribble, and put it in. It's 50-39. Theeler with 18 points. Brian Moore's now left side into the lane to Peterson. He'll turn around with a jumper. Hofer got a piece of it, but he also got a piece. Brian Moore's. So Ryan will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Second foul against John Hofer. And still only the third team foul against Mitchell. While Huron has 6. So Mitchell in the 1-and-1 already. A wrestling update for you again. After the 150-pound match, it's Mitchell 31 and Huron 16. So Mitchell continues to hold on the mats over at the senior high. And it's not going to be Moores, it's going to be Peterson going to the line, and that's not right. Well, find out here. It was not Peterson that turned around with that shot. But he's stepping to the free throw line. And we'll see now. Gary Reed is checking over at the scoring table. Maybe he's checking up with the scoreboard as well for some reason. But the scoreboard is right now at 50-39, and it is going to be Brad Peterson. Huron is 1 for 1 from the line, and Peterson will make this one. So only 2 free throws, while Mitchell is 8 out of 12. And the Kernels with a nice advantage there. Now it's back to a 10-point game. Second one won't go, and Hofer on the rebound. Into the front court comes Theeler. Takes it down to the baseline left side. Brings it back out front. Mitchell does not need to hurry here. They don't want to go into any kind of a stall game, certainly, but want to get good shots. Nice pass. Hofer into Dirks, but he traveled. Oh, too bad. Because that was a good play. And Coach Jerry Munson really upset. And Dustin Dirks for the travel comes jumping off the bench. That was a great pass by Hofer. Dustin just moved the feet. Here's a long one out from out front. No good by Campbell going for a three-pointer. And Nelson again on the boards for the Kernels. He'll bring it into the front court. Nelson needs some help out front. Finally, Theeler comes by to get the ball. Theeler starting to penetrate. Stops right side of the lane. Pass down low. Goes to Hofer. Heavy traffic. And they're going to call a jump ball. Whew! John Hofer was kind of molested that time. But they say it was a whole ball. So it'll be Huron basketball. We'll go the other way to the Huron end. Mitchell fans not real pleased about that call. Mitchell by 10. 6:50 to go in the basketball game. Campbell, right side is struck. Now to L-line. Free throw line jumper. Off the right side. Blase with a rebound. Mitchell continues to box out and killing Huron on the defensive boards. The end of the front court, Nelson. Leaves it left side for Theeler. Gets around his man again. Starts to penetrate. Tries to get a pass to Nelson. Knocked away and stolen. Mitchell not being very wise with the ball. And down the floor, we get a basket by Scook and a foul on Blase. The basket will count. And here we go with the fourth quarter Blues again. It's 50-42. And they can cut it with even further turnovers. Mitchell being sloppy with a basketball.
They're not taking care of the ball. That's all they have to do is work on it and do the things they've been doing. They're not doing that. They've been cutting down the lane good, but they just haven't been taking care of it to the hoop.
Well, Huron back to the line now. Struck. Puts it up. Good. Completes a three-point play, and it's a 7-point game. 50-43. Nelson beats the pressure. Now getting double teamed. We got a foul, and that'll go on Neil Campbell. And this foul situation will still hurt Huron here because it'll be 1-and-1 time, and if the Kernels can put some free throws down here or get some bonuses, be able to maintain that lead. Line 7, Chad Nelson is 3 for 5 tonight. He has 11 points. Blase and Theeler lead the scoring. They've got 18, and then Nelson with 11. There's only one other guy that scored, and that's John Hofer with 3, and Nelson drains the free throw. So it's been 3 guys, 48 out of the 51 points for the Kernels so far. Kind of an unusual scoring pattern there. Nelson's second one, halfway down won't go, and then Mitchell gets a rebound back. Hofer slapped it out front. Dirks with the ball on the way and gets it back to John Hofer up top. This could work out pretty well for the Kernels, but now Hofer travels with it. Took the extra step. Boy, oh boy. 3 turnovers here in the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. That doesn't help when you're trying to protect the lead. 51-43, 6:10 to play. Into the front court, Neil Campbell. Gives it to L-line, back to Campbell right side. Starts to drive on Theeler, stops, pops the jumper, good. Nice shot by Neil Campbell. Only his second basket of the night. Full court pressure again, but Mitchell will get it across. John Hofer drops it for Theeler, behind him. Theeler bounce pass left side to Nelson. Down to the corner on the dribble, nothing happening there. Comes back outside. They reverse it over to the corner. Theeler with a shot on the way. Too strong, no good. Rebound to Huron. Here's a long pass up to Elwine. He's going to go all the way and score. Well, nobody got back for the Kernels. And it's 51-47. Huron right back in the game. Now Nelson to the front court. He's going to be fouled as he came across the 10-second line. Reaching in is Mike Struck. Well, Nelson will go right back to shoot another 1-and-1. Third foul on Struck. Still 5:26 to go. Gary Munson calling Tyson Theeler over by the bench. Wants to talk to it. Sure, telling them let's be patient offensively again. Let's not get carried away with things out there. 51-47. Nelson's free throw good. 13 points for him. He hit the front end last time and missed the second one. We'll see what he can do here. Nelson now is 5 out of 8 from the line tonight. Kernels as a team are 10 out of 15. Second shot by Chad. Good this time as well. So nails them both, and that puts Mitchell back up by 6 at 53-47. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. Campbell runs into the front court for Huron. Stops out front, pass down in the lane to Moore. Still going to be fouled by Blase, and he scores. Well, Travis Blase made the old Cardinal sin mistake. Don't leave the feet, and he took that initial move by Ryan Moore's little head fake, went up in the air. And Blase will be guilty of his 4th foul of the game, and he will have to come out, and Dave Scott will come in. At the free throw line, Ryan Moore puts it up, and no good off the back. And oh man, Struck is going right over Dave Scott's head, but no foul. And now here comes Theeler breaking out. Pass in the lane, tipped away and out of bounds. Boy, they should have been whistling a foul at the other end because Mike Struck was just leaning all over the back of Dave Scott. Kernels will throw it in from underneath. Comes the Theeler in the left-hand corner. Wants to go baseline. Does. Puts the shot up and good. Nice drive by Tyson.
That's what Coach Gary Munson was talking about before the game. Go baseline, go baseline, go baseline. They're doing that really good.
Mitchell back up by 6 again. 55-49. Under 5 minutes. Campbell with a long 3. Good. Right side. It's 55-52 as Huron has closed the gap again. Theeler against the pressure. Gets it up into the front court to Hofer. And now out front to Dustin Dirks. Still 4:40 to play, and it's going to be a heck of a finish to this ball game. Nelson to Theeler out front. Whistle, and Mitchell's going to use a timeout. That is only the first timeout.
Home improvement needs are at Muller Lumber, your local trustworthy hardware. 400 North Olman in Mitchell.
You're listening to KMIT. Mitchell, ESD basketball action, Huron and Mitchell. And it's now a 3-point game. The Kernels with the lead with 4.5 minutes to go. We've got a final, wrestling final for you tonight. Congratulations to go to Andy Tate and the Kernels. They win it over Huron 37-26. An 11-point win on the mat. So number 2 rated Kernels stay in sole possession of second place in the ESD conference. A knockout fourth rated Huron. 37-26. Got a little discussion going on now down at the scoring table, and I'm not sure what the situation is. I wonder if it's about the timeout. I wonder if there might have been a television timeout. I'm not sure.
Coach Munson wants to know if that was a TV timeout or who started.
I think it'll be charged to Mitchell. Yeah, it's going to be a Mitchell timeout. They don't have to worry. That's only their first. Both teams have used just one.
You wanted to get one because usually they call about 4 minutes or 4.5 minutes to go on the score.
Yeah. Well, Chad Nelson will throw it in underneath the Kernel basket here. Gets the ball back and takes it out front. Now to Dave Scott right side. Bounce pass down to Theeler. One bounce goes around his man. Hits the jumper. Nice shot by Theeler. Good little drop step there to go right around Mike Struck. And then can the jumper and Mitchell by 5 again. Theeler now at 22 points. Right-hand side, J.O.1. Leaves it up top for Struck. Down in the lane, Peterson backing it on Scott. We got a reach in on Dave Scott. I think if Dave would have gone straight up and held the hands up, he might have been in good shape because Peterson really kind of lowered that shoulder, was coming right at him, but the mistake was reaching that hand in it. Once you do that, you want to get that whistle. Scott's first, 16 foul against Mitchell, so both teams will be in the 1-1 from here on out. Right now, Brad Peterson shooting 2, and the first one's good. 10 points for Peterson. They've got great balance. Ryan Moores has 12, Chris Hine 11, and then Elwine and Peterson have 10 apiece. Mitchell's lead is 4. And we're getting substitutes here. Travis Blase will come back in for the Kernels. He's got 4 fouls, and Dave Scott will come out. But Blase has had a great game tonight, 18 points. So with 4:06 to go, Gary Munson says we'll take a chance. Bring in. Brad Peterson's second free throw on the way. That's also good. Back to a 4-point game, and now we'll get a substitution. Chris Hine is coming back in, the 6'5 senior. And Peterson made the shots, is coming out. Full court pressure again by Huron. Set up man-to-man, but they try and pinch and double team. Hofer in some trouble back there. Now gets it across the Theeler in the front court. Theeler wants to go up the lane. Stops. Jump shot short. Rebound comes out. Mitchell gets it back. Dirks drives inside. Puts it up. That rolls out no good. Theeler again on the rebound, and he's going to be reached in from behind. We will get the foul. And Tyson Theeler will go to the line. Well, a flurry there underneath for the Kernels. And they missed some pretty good shots. Theeler, when he got the ball just across the 10-second line, thought he saw the 2-on-1 advantage, so he kind of forced it inside of the lane, but then they had good rebound shots. And the foul will go on Campbell, and that's going to be Neal's 4th foul of the game. Theeler to shoot a 1-and-1. First one's good, so he will get the bonus. 23 for Tyson Theeler. That's his first free throw of the night. First opportunity. 75% free throw shooter on the year. Second one on the way, and in and out, won't stay. Rebound underneath, controlled by Huron. Now we get a jump ball call, and it's Mitchell ball. Good job by John Hofer. Reached inside and tied it up. So with 3:44 to go, Mitchell will have the basketball underneath their own bucket. Mike Struck is going to go out of the lineup now for Huron, and they're going to bring Brad Peterson right back in. 58-54, Kernels. Pass comes into Theeler, takes the baseline, stops side of the lane, jumper won't go though this time. Again, Theeler made a real nice move to go around his man, but couldn't get the shot, and here comes Huron back. Down by 4, they go inside. Peterson on Blase, backs him in and scores. Well, that's the trouble with Blase playing with 4 fouls. He can't go up and challenge him, and Peterson backed him right into the basket. And it's a 2-point game, 58-56. Now Nelson goes to Theeler right side. Into the corner to Dirks. Back out to Tyson. And we're going to get a foul in the lane. They send Blase to the floor, and Peterson is going to pick up his 4th foul of the ball game. And Travis Blase will go to the line. Blase was trying to set the pick there, and Peterson just ran right by and flattened him right in the middle of the lane. So Peterson and Campbell, a couple of key guys, both playing with 4. And Travis Blase with 4 for the Kernels. Travis at the line. He has missed just once. He's 4 out of 5 tonight. Puts it up and good. 19 points for Blase. He's only averaging 8.5 a game. He scored 20 back in the first game of the season against Huron, and he's having a great night again. Mitchell up by 3. Second one on the way, also good by Blase. Mitchell has made 14 out of 20 free throws. And it's a 4-point game, 60-56. With 3 minutes to go. Big game for both teams, and it's been fun to watch. Here's Campbell, right side, puts it upside of the lane. Theeler got a hand on it, and he comes away with the ball. Into the front court to Dirks, and we're going to get a technical foul on the Huron bench. They wanted a foul when Theeler blocked the ball at the other end, blocked the shot. And as Tom Hansen came by the Huron bench, evidently Tom Reed or one of his assistants let him know about it, and right away he stopped play and flashed the tee, and here's Tyson Theeler at the line. First one's up, it's good. Well, that helps the situation. He'll get 2 free throws. Mitchell will get the ball, and he can put the Kernels back out in front here by 6. Second one, yes. So Theeler with 25 points now, and Mitchell leads 62-56 after the technical with just under 3 minutes to go. Nelson will get the ball into the front court. Goes to Hofer, left-hand side. Back out to Theeler up top. Now Nelson, right wing, into Dirks in the corner. Goes into Blase. Blase double team, looking for some help, and brings it back out front to Theeler. Now Mitchell doesn't have to hurry. They can continue to work it. And they give it now to Dirks. And Coach Gary Munson yelling out what he wants him to go into here. Nelson will go to Dirks' right side. Now a Blase out front. 2:25 to go in the game. Mitchell not in a stall, but they're just working it. They want to make sure they get a good shot. They're up by 6. Hofer into the lane. There's Nelson, drives and misses it. And then Theeler's going to be fouled on the rebound. And Brad Peterson is fouled out of the ball game for Huron. That's number 5. Well, that was well executed. I don't think you could ask for any more because they worked it. They finally broke Chad Nelson right down the middle of the lane. Even though he missed the shot, they got the shot they wanted.
That's just what he did. He, cut down the lane, and that's what they need to do. And they worked around good, crisp passes. Instead of going into the panic mode, we always talk about, hey, they held their composure and did a good job.
Well, Tyson Theeler back at the line. I believe this will be a 1-and-1. I don't think they said he was up with a shot. We'll make sure here. Both teams are in the bonus situation. No, it is going to be 2 shots. So they say Tyson already started back up with the ball. First one's up. It's good. So Theeler cashing in from the line. He has made 5 in a row. Check that, 4 in a row. And now has 26 points. And Mitchell's lead is 7. Here's the second one. Again, wide on the money. And Mitchell is pouring them in. They are 18 out of 24 from the free throw line. 8-point lead. 2:05 to play. Timeout. Huron as they bring the ball into the front court. So Mitchell, and the lead is up to 8 points, 64-56 with 2:07 to go. Huron will have the ball underneath their own basket. They still got a couple of timeouts to use if they want them. Mitchell has plenty too. Out front he comes to Elwine. Lays it right side for Campbell. There's a big trip up the floor for Huron. Campbell driving, scoops it up, and going to have a foul. Looks like Dustin Dirks reached in on him. Yep, that's right. First on Dirks. So Neil Campbell will shoot a couple with 1:58 to go. Now Huron at the line has made 5 out of 7, so they're shooting pretty well. But again, Mitchell has made 18 out of 24, so you got a 13-point difference. Neil Campbell, 6'4" sophomore, puts it up, no good. 7 points on the night for Campbell. He'll have another one coming. Puts it up, and this one is good. Now Huron, of course, will put on some big-time pressure. Kernels get it into Hofer. To the middle of the floor to Dirks and across. And a Blase. He'll drive in, puts it up, and scores. They have a no call underneath as Blase ran into Hine. Big collision, but a good no call. And Blase has 22 points, and Mitchell leads by 9. Here's Elwine for 3. It's too long, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds and will belong to Huron. With 1:39 to go. But you're almost getting to that point of the game now where Huron's going to start cranking threes. And then they might just have to start putting Mitchell at the free throw line, too. They're going to start running out of time. Tigers throw it in. Pass comes out front. Almost went into the backcourt. But Campbell there to save it. 1.5 minutes to play. Campbell goes to Elwine in the corner. Nelson right in his face. Back to Campbell out front. And now he's going to put up the long shot. And it's a 2. He was on the line. He wanted a 3, but his toe was on the line. And we get a quick timeout called by Tom Reed again of Huron. So now he's got 1 week. Boy, it's been a long time since we haven't had 2 games in 1 week. Next week we play just Friday night. Yankton will come into the Corn Palace, and that'll be it. Our Kernels need to take care of the basketball. Make sure them come after him and foul him. Chad Nelson will throw it in baseline, gets it right into Hofer. They double on him, but John dribbles through it. Now passing to the front court comes to Dirks. And they'll set up the offense. Time precious here now for Huron. Blase on the wing with 1:10 to go. Leaves it out front for Theeler. Theeler gets a pass away to Hofer and the right side to Nelson. Mitchell really not looking at the basket here. They don't need to. Nelson dribbling around, gets it again to Hofer, and he's going to be fouled 1-and-1. As it just came up, it's got to grab down to him. Exactly 1 minute to play. So again, we talk free throws. Always important. Very few games you don't see. I bet you 4 out of 5 games come down to one team or the other. Cash them in the last couple 3 minutes for the win. Here's John Hofer. Has only 3 points tonight. Free throw is up and no good. Well, that hurts. 7-point game, and Huron will come up on the hurry. Neil Campbell out front. Drops it behind him for Elwine. Elwine driving up the lane. They let him go, and he scores the 2-pointer. Nobody wanted to foul him, and Huron will call another timeout, and according to my stats, that's it. They do not have any more. I've got them awfully tough for Huron to get the ball 3 times with 19 seconds to go with no timeouts left. Nelson puts it up, and no good this time. Rebound to Huron. So they're still alive, but they got to hurry. Pass comes up front court. Driving inside. Hine goes up, lays it in, and good. We're down to 11. 10. Mitchell to throw it in. Nelson gets it into Hofer, and they're going to foul him right away with 6 seconds to go. So this is it. If John Hofer makes one free throw, the Kernels will have this ball game. If he misses, Huron has got 6 seconds to tie with a three-pointer. And I bet you they wish they had a timeout here to make them think about it, too. 6 seconds to go. 68-65 Kernels, so it's down to this right now. One free throw. If Hofer gets the first one, that's going to be it. Here's the shot on the way. Yes, indeed. Nothing but net for John Hofer. So he seals it. And now Mitchell will call a timeout. Coach Joey Munson just wants to make sure that they're not going to foul.
2 is the latest printer from the industry leader. See it for yourself at Business Products Incorporated in Mitchell. Over 6 years experience in Epson sales and service, the area's fully authorized Epson dealer and customer care center. When you've got an Epson, you've got a lot of company.
Now John Hofer back at the free throw line here now to shoot his second free throw. That's good. Mitchell by 5. Huron throws the ball in. Campbell with it. 4 seconds. 3. Campbell will go with a three-point shot. It's good, but Mitchell doesn't have to throw the ball in bounds. The buzzer sounds. Game is over. Mitchell wins it by 2 points, 70-68. Mitchell didn't have to throw the ball in. Huron had no timeouts left.